Hey everyone, it's Mike Shaw with Planit for Photographers, and today we're going to have a quick video tutorial about the menus. The menu button is on the top left of the main page, as you can see here. It has 3 lines. Now most likely you're familiar with this type of menu, especially if you're a computer user. When you tap on it, you'll see that there's a lot of choices on it, and that's probably why it gets the name. Just like when you order food from a menu, there's also a lot of choices. Now this menu is one way to access various features in the app. But the same features are also available directly from the main page as well. For example, the first menu choice is the map. But this is basically the same option that you get when you tap on this button over here on the main page. And as you can see, it's the same user interface as the map menu. Okay, the second button is the photography tool. Tapping on it gives you 6 options, the same 6 options as that appear after you tap on this button down here on the main page. Or you can tap on this down arrow button and you get the same screen with the same 6 options. Now you also have calendar and events, options that can only be accessed from this button on the main page. A single tap shows the event page, and tap the button up here and that'll take you to the calendar. Or for quicker access, you can just long press on the event button and that'll take you straight to the calendar. Now our next menu choice is the offline elevation, and that's only accessible from the menu. From here, we can see the list of the offline elevation files that you've downloaded. You can swipe left to delete any of them like this, and that's it. Okay, so now let me talk about the free version of Planit for just a moment. Now unlike the Apple's App Store, there's 2 versions of Planit in the Google Play Store. One's the paid version, which you need to pay for up front, and the other is a free version with InApp Purchase. You can access the InApp Purchase from Menu Upgrade. Now you're only going to see that menu if you haven't upgraded. Once you've upgraded, that menu entry will disappear. And after you tap Upgrade, you can choose Purchase to purchase the InApp Purchase, which will upgrade your version. And once purchased, you'll have the exact same features as the paid version. Now after you purchase the in-app purchase option, if you need to change your phone, just log into the Google Play Store to download the free version, and the upgraded feature gets enabled automatically. And just be sure not to download the paid version, as Google will ask you to pay again. And that's because from the point of view of the Play Store, they're 2 different apps. But on the other hand, if you already purchased the paid version, then just download it, and if you change your phone, and Google will not ask you to pay again. Okay, so continuing onwards, you can see menu items for plans and marker files. Tapping on them will open the list of saved plan files or marker files. And you'll see over here that there are 2 save buttons next to them. They will save the current plan or markers as a file respectively. Then we have settings. The settings menu is used a lot, as there's lots of different settings you can choose from. We're going to skip a discussion of this just now, as there's a separate video tutorial to talk about these. Next is the orientation sensor option. This is the compass feature you're looking for. And to use it, you just switch to the focal length tool first to show the green fan like this. Now, if you turn on the orientation sensor and lift your phone up vertically and rotate your body, you'll notice the green fan will move with the direction. The direction you're facing will be the direction the green fan points to. Now, it's hard for me to demo this here as the phone is flat on the table right now, and maybe we can show it to you in recording on the scene, but it shouldn't be too hard to try that one out. Okay. The next 3 are related to execute a plan that you've created. The first one is to share. If your friend doesn't have Planit, then choose Share the Plan as Text, and the text will contain the camera location and the time and so forth. If your friend does have Planit, then sharing it as a plan file is way more convenient. They can just go ahead and open up the plan directly in the Planit app, and they can see exactly what you've got on your phone. Marker files are a collection of markers. All the markers that you can see on the map will be shared as a marker file. The markers outside the visible area of the map will not be included. Share the camera location as text is to share the GPS coordinates as text, which is pretty great. You can then paste these coordinates to Google Map to see the location. Share the camera location to other apps will share the location directly to other map apps. Maybe they have some additional features that you want to use. This navigation feature is useful when you want to go to the camera location in your plan. The reason it says nearby, you can hardly see it here, is because your camera location may not be accessible by car, in which case the navigational feature will navigate only to a nearby location. And in this case, you just want to make sure you can get from your navigated location to your camera location, because sometimes the map may not be smart enough. For example, it might navigate to a place under a cliff, but your camera location is on the top of the cliff, even though the two locations are very close. But since there's no way to climb the cliff in most cases, that won't be very helpful. So just keep an eye out for this kind of thing when you're using this feature. Now, Add a Reminder gives you the option to add a time reminder in your phone calendar. And this is useful since sometimes we'll plan something that's 1 or 2 years later, and I don't know about you, but I'm sure to forget about a few of these things, and adding a reminder helps. When I add a reminder, I generally add 2 reminders, depending on how far the camera location is from wherever I need to start. The first reminder gives me enough time to be ready for the trip, and in general, and then the second one is maybe a half hour or so before I actually need to go, just to remind me that it's time to do that. And then once we create the reminder, it's created, and the phone will remind us automatically. Now, the rest of the menus are links to tutorials and social networks. This one over here is to rate Planit. And if you like the app, don't keep it to yourself. Give it a good rating, and it encourages other people's as well. Now, occasionally, some people want a new feature, and they'll leave a negative comment and a rating. Kind of, if you don't implement this feature, I'll give you a bad rating. And obviously, please don't do that. We'll evaluate every single feedback or suggestion carefully. And people are different. What one person wants may not be what other people want. And if you do have a suggestion, then please email us at info@planitphoto.com. That's info@planitphoto.com. Some people will leave feedback as a comment with the hope for reply, and that doesn't work too well either, since the Apple Store limits the number of words we can use, and it's hard for us to explain using comments. Okay, so right here, the video tutorial item will give you to a context-sensitive page, and it gives you how to use various parts of the app, including this exact video tutorial. And here are links to Planit's Instagram and Facebook pages. Please follow us, because we often post news and articles and ideas and so forth. And finally, About is where you can see a quick help page. You can find the version number of the app up here, along with some descriptions for the app. And that's it for the menu. So until next time, this is Mike Shaw saying thanks for watching, and best of luck planning with Planit.